Have you ever wondered why your sharp knife seems to go dull super fast the second you cut something? What you're seeing here in this picture, right on the apex of the blade, is a burr. This is the result of the metal actually bending over the apex of the blade as a result of sharpening. It's so small that you can't see it with the naked eye, and the burr is actually pretty sharp. I'm out here recording on my phone, messing around after dark. What's interesting, that picture that you just saw with the burr, this blade, so that burr's up and down the whole blade of the knife. That's how sharp that is, even with that burr on there. This is not hair whittling sharp, so in order to take it that next level of hair whittling, you have to remove that burr. So basically what's cutting this is the burr. So that's 1000 grit diamond stone, 6 micron strop, and we still have a burr on there. So we've got to remove that burr in order to take it to the next level. So even if your knife appears super sharp, there's a very good chance that there's still a burr on there, and you just don't know it's there. And that's what's cutting, not the apex. The best way to minimize and remove the burr is to do super light, and I mean super light, almost less than the weight of the knife itself, alternating passes on your finishing grit. It doesn't take much. You only need a handful of passes. You don't actually want to remove material here. You're only trying to break off that thin wire edge. Better yet, do your alternating passes on a finer grit stone than your finishing stone. You're not looking for scratch pattern refinement, you're only trying to break off that burr. Now you can move on to your strop to clean up the edge and remove any remaining burr. If you do your burr minimization technique on the stone correctly, you really only need a handful of passes on the strop to clean up the edge. So we're just going to do a couple passes on here to minimize the burr. Alright, that's it. And here's what the edge looks like after some light passes and a quick strop. As you can see from the before and after pictures, the scratch pattern is exactly the same. We didn't refine it whatsoever. All we did was a couple light forward passes on a finer stone, and that is what completely removed the burr. So now we're actually sharp, and it's not just the burr fooling you. If you don't remove the sharp burr, the second that you go to cut something, the burr will bend over and your knife will be dull again, simply because it wasn't the strong apex that was cutting, but the easily bendable burr. This is why the myth of a super sharp knife will dull faster is just a myth, based on an incorrect assessment that the knife was actually sharp to begin with.